Yeah, because I know, like I hear a lot of bodybuilders, they talk about body dysmorphia. They're not big enough, or
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a mixed bag. Like what you get, you never
yeah,
know. For me, since I was like fat before, I get weird like thoughts about like that I look. Body dysmorphia is more of a disorder where you kind of like, I think it's better put like you can't differentiate between what is reality and what is your mind's like telling you look
yeah,
like. So I would look in the mirror at my worst. I would look in the mirror at times and see my body and be like, that's not even me. Like I felt like I was what's the word? Not not depersonal person. What is the word? Lots of dissociating. So that made my life really hard because
yeah,
I work at a gym. I need to be connected with my body so that I can train properly, so I can train my clients properly, and also so that uh I can act like positive, motivational, all those things. That's how I need to show up for work. So, and for myself when it comes to the training. So it is really challenging for that. Like there were days where I couldn't even leave my apartment. Like that's at the worst of it. And I don't experience that anymore. But
yeah,
that was something that I did go through. And the body dysmorphia, it goes both ways. So on one side it's like, okay, for me, it's not so much I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, I'm so tiny. But I bet if I was like the opposite story, that's what I would think. But I look and I think like, okay, I don't even look like I work out, or I don't even look like whatever. Like it's really absurd because it's wrong, but it doesn't matter. So those psychological thoughts that I can kind of talk to myself with those, and I can reason those out. But when it comes to the dissociation, that's the hardest part about it for me. So there were days also like I would avoid the mirror at all costs, but then, like I say, I work at a gym. So I'd get there and then I would have to be like holding it together and they don't know what's going on, of course, and it's not really their business. So I'm not going to go and tell them. But yeah, it has been challenging. But I'll tell you what, like the way that you can, get through it and adapt to it is kind of acknowledge what it is, and be like, okay, this is what I have in front of me right now, presently. For me, it's like snap myself back to reality, back to like right now, because as soon as I start going in my head, like I'm no longer present, and that's at the end of the day, like that's what pulls me out of it. Is that I'm thinking to myself like, all we have right now is right now, so
yeah,
we gotta stop. We
yeah,
gotta stop, but
yeah,
it's really hard. You have to like develop your own little mantras or whatever it is to like get yourself to a place where you can feel better. Because you do, like, for me, it's like, okay, I don't need to suffer like this. I deserve to feel better. I deserve to be happy. I work very hard. I've, so let's find a way to like not feel like this. So I've always been working on myself internally, but I think most of that is resolved. A lot of it came down to like looking at myself and feeling comfortable with myself, like feeling comfortable with my body, trusting myself, and being like, and just believing in myself. That's really what it was. It wasn't anything physical. It wasn't anything physical. It was just me kind of having to be like, okay, yes, I see my own worth no matter what I look like. So, yeah.